All right, welcome to Chopper's Charts. We are going to do the type of back testing that I call proving your strategy, proving your system. This is all about taking what you've done in the first type, the experimenting type, the engineering. You've been putting your trading strategy together. You're trying to figure out, I'm going to do this. I want to wait for this for a setup. This has to happen for an entry trigger. This has to happen for an exit. And you played around with that, and you experimented with different things, and you finally come to something that really, really, really fits you, and you like it, and you've gotten, roughly 50 trades in, and you're kind of seeing a consistency, and so now you're going to prove it. This is the proving ground. And just like all research and development, any company that's doing it, automobiles, they come up with a new auto design and engine and stuff, and then they build it and they put it together and they kind of get all the kinks worked out a little bit, but then it goes off and it just goes through the rigorous testing of, will this automobile be good? In computers and software and hardware, they'll build the system, they get it to a certain point, and then it goes off to testing, and that's the testing is what's going to help prove it. Maybe find some things that are kind of out of whack or whatever. But for trading, you've built your trading system through the experimenting, and you've got something you really, really like. You know what the rules are. You can say, this is my setup. This is what I want to see on my setup. If you're a trend line trader, that'd be like, I want to see a two touch point break with a support resistance. I want to see a three touch point break. If you're a support resistance level trader, maybe you want to see a good bounce and retest, of a level before it breaks through. Whatever that is, whatever that system you've put together, you've got the rules. So now you know what your setup looks like. You know what your entry trigger is. So if I'm playing this right here as a two touch point with a support resistance, I know that my entry for me personally, I want to see a reversal that says it's coming back through. And then I'm just going to set my entry just below this level and let it come through. Now, for me on the daily, excuse me, this is what would have been looking at. I was looking at this. I got this reversal off the 200. That's a setup. Now I want this candle, this daily candle, to start showing me it's working. So that's when I drop down to the 1 hour. Hang on here. I dropped down to the 1 hour, and this is that doji that was off the 200, and now we're working our way down. And I see that the 5 a.m. candles coming up. This is a 6 a.m. candle. I'm at the market. I'm looking, so I want to put an entry below the last low. So that's my entry trigger. It needs to break through this last low. And this is a trade I took, and it did. It broke through. It even came back and retested this trend line, and then broke again, hit the support resistance level. This is a key level from the daily chart, and then continued down, and it hit my take profit in here. It was actually hit my take profit right about here. So that was me knowing exactly what I want, and I got what I wanted. So I saw the setup on the daily. I saw the rejection of the 200 after coming down, came back, retested the 200, when I came in at 6, this candle's already starting to confirm. I dropped down to the 1 hour. It confirmed its move. It gave me a level to break. and I had an exit plan. That's it. Those are the key components you want. You got that working it for your favor. Now you can have two or three different playbook strategies. I have two touch point break. I have a 3 touch point break, and I have a bounce playbook. And so I have proven all of these playbooks. Once developed, I proved that they work. And so this process of proving them is now, I want to take the best scenarios of these. I want to take trades only that fit this category, that fit these playbooks really good to, from good to really good. Win or lose, it's not about the profit. My main objective is to only take trades that clearly meet my rules. Clearly meet your rules. So you have your rules. A good thing if you're using TradeZilla, you can go here, session notes, and you can write your notes, type your notes out right here, your rules. And so then you can look, stop, pause. Is this meeting my rules? Does it meet my setup criteria? Does it meet my entry trigger? And can I have my risk and my exit rule met? If it meets it, take the trade. If you took the trade and you go back and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that entry trigger wasn't right, that it didn't meet my risk criteria. My risk, I have to have my risk up here. If I enter here, I got to be above the candle, the pullback, whatever your risk, behind the safety line, whatever your risk parameter is, and it didn't meet that risk parameter, I don't care if you won, $1,000 on that. You need to delete the trade because it wasn't per your rules. You want this to be clean. You want quality, clean results. You want to know you got a proven system. So only take the trade. So if you took it and it wasn't right, scroll down here, go to close positions, and delete it if it wasn't right. Don't keep it. Don't save it. You don't want that in the data. This data here is strictly towards your system. If these things aren't, if your system's not defined well enough that you could follow this rule, then you're not quite ready. Go back to experimenting, back testing. Go back to would be my phase one of my four system trading system. Go back to phase one. Go back to experimenting. Make sure you can define those rules. Once they're defined, come back and prove it. And you can do this per strategy. So do know that this is not, this point here, it's not a time for you to tweak, to experiment, to change things in your rules. Get through 50 trades. Get 50 trades per your rules from good to best, and keep those logged. Don't change anything. But do tag things. If you want to, you can tag. You could keep, if you saw my previous video, you could have your tags from phase one, and you can kind of, if you wanted to, keep tagging that. You could create a whole new category, maybe call it phase two, and you can start tagging things that maybe just list things in there that maybe you're seeing that you didn't see before. But don't change anything. We want to know that your system, the rules that you established in phase one, backtesting, is working. So don't change anything to your system yet. You can always come back. The next system, the next phase is a good time to fine tune some things, and maybe you have some tags to help you figure that out. Your goal, 50 trades, good to best trades. 50 of your good to best trades. Okay? And this is going to be skewed because you're going to be deleting a lot of trades. So you're not going to have that factor of, you know, what it would be in somewhat real life. It's going to be skewed to the best because you're taking only the best. So if you're taking 50 of your best good to best trades and you're not over 60% win rate, you might want to reevaluate some of the things that you're doing in your system. You may want to go back to experimental board, because if I averaged about 65 to 75% on my proving of my system, and my actual trading is probably 50%. Because when you break it down to your actual trading, you're going to be a lot less than your perfect trading. So you want to have that. You want to have clearly defined trades only. Everything else is getting deleted. Win or lose, you're going to have losers with your system. There's no fallible system, so expect good setups that fail. Make sure you keep them. If they're fitting your rules, keep them. If you're manipulating your trade in the process, think about what you're doing. Like I said, you want numbers. It's all about the end numbers. You don't get a prize if you get a big super number. This is about you and your trading system. It's not about how much you can win. You want to keep your this is the same as phase one, the same as your experimental trading. You want to keep it to like one contract, one option, very minimal, like the same set value every single time for your take profit and your risk. Keep it at the same. Don't try to make money on this. The goal isn't to make money. The goal is to see your win rate. We're going to work on, in the next phase, we're going to work on that, the learning how to increase the value of it and to improve on the money portion, the trade management. Right now we just want to focus on that set of rules that tells you when to get in, what your setup looks like, when to get in, and just a simple exit strategy. Proven system. Now, if you're hitting 65, 75, maybe even 85%, you've got a proven system. So if you can do that with your good to best trades, you're going to be able to have a profitable system with a 50% win rate, which is what we're looking for. You're not looking to carry that 85 or 75. It'd be nice. I think in due time, you might break that up. As you get better at seeing your system, your trading system, strategy will get better. You could probably go from a 50 to a 60, maybe 65, maybe even better in due time. So it'll come, but in the beginning, let's shoot for above 60 and hope for 50. You want to focus on the win rate more than anything else, any other identifier. You want to focus on the win rate. Like I said, the rest will come if you got a good win rate. So if I showed you what I did here for a proven trade. Let's go back. Let's see if we can do that. And you can see when I backtest, almost everything I backtest is one contract. because that is scalable to me. If I can do something with that's consistent with one contract, I know that by scaling in contracts, I can do the same thing. So if I'm doing one contract and I do a $100 to $300 profit, and I can do this consistently, I know that I can scale into that 10 times, and that'll get, this is micro, this is MYM. I can scale into that 10 times. Now I'm into the mini, which is one contract again, all with the same parameter. And then add 10, if I get to where I can scale in 10 of the mini contracts, I have just duplicated this $300 times 100, which would be 30,000. So that's the long-term thinking. If I'm trying to think of a 30,000 now, I'm just going to get lost in trying to get it. But if I can hit 300 with a $100 risk consistently, that will be in the future $10,000 risk for 30,000. So think of those things. It'll help you for now to not think about the money right now, because it's all about the system. We want a system that works. So let me see if I can get a trade in just to show you. It might take a bit because we just got one. So we'll go. I'm in the daily. My rule is to watch the daily for a setup. I'm going to jump days here. I'm going to watch the daily for a setup. And then once I see my setup that I like, I will then jump to the 1 hour. So now we've got a break of a trend line, which I like, but that's only a 1-2 point break. I'm waking up and this is my morning. I'm waking up. I'm looking at the charts on the daily. We broke it, but we're kind of got a pullback right now. Volume is looking pretty good. It's not too bad. It's not real low. In fact, it's quite looking pretty darn good for being first thing in the morning for this candle. So I'm thinking we could break this. So I'm going to go to the 1 hour and see if I'm looking at a setup. So we broke it and we're pulled back. So for me, I need to see a little bit more action. I don't see a good confirmation yet. Now, this is going to be my, I got a confirmation we kind of broke this trend line again. I got a nice little pause and we're starting to move good early in the morning. Jump back to the daily, which is going to be messed up. And if I look again, the daily candle's getting full. It's taking a lot of money out of there. It's getting full. So it's looking good. Volume at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock is almost already matching yesterday. So I have good volume and I have everything else is looking good. So I'm going to do a stop order. I want my stop order here. There's a problem. My stop order right now needs to be above this candle at a minimum. And I can't do that at $100. So if I move that to 150, which is still in my risk tolerance, that gets me pretty darn close. I can go there, but I need to change the take profit to 450. So now where's my take profit at? So my take profit is below this support level. So I've increased my risk, which barely gets me above the safety zone, but I have to break a support level in order to get my profit. So I'm not happy with that. So I will not be taking that trade. And it doesn't matter if it goes, and that's what I'm saying. So see, that's what I'm looking at. that would not be a trade. That would be a trade that would be pushing my risk tolerance, my risk to reward, because this is a strong. It's got a lot of time on it. Strong support level. I think the support level actually is deserving of. What am I doing? Clone. Thank you. It's deserving of a zone because I like to zone out the wicks because it's been hit here. So now it's a 2-touch point. And what I'll do is take that, and I learned this from watching somebody else. So now I have a zone to watch for. So we're breaking this guy. We have a 2-touch point here. Remember, this trend line was a 2-touch point as well. Let's see what happens when we get down to that zone, if we even get that far. So I'm going to let this day run because I don't think we're going to hit it today on this day. Skip to the morning. And look, I'm pulling back, so I'm not even looking good. But this is what I'm saying about, make sure it's a trade that fits your rules 100%. You want good quality trades. I want to look at that because we're getting a bounce off of that trend line. Looks like we got a little retest. I like that. That's a nice little retest, nice little drop. I'm going to watch it from the 1 hour. I'm not going to take a trade. I just want to see how that's going to go because it's got to meet this zone here before I can take a trade. Okay, so now we're coming into this zone. The question is it going to bounce for me? Is it going to be a bounce off of this zone? Or is it going to come through it? Only problem is we're at noon. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Let's see how it reacts. Okay, we're getting too late in the evening for me to take a trade on MYM, so I'm going to jump to the daily. We have a beautiful look in the daily. I'm going to jump to the next morning, and we broke through. So we've got a little pause. We broke through. We're checking it out. If I were to take my trade here, I'd want to be here. And this is now, because I'm already set at 150. This is 150. This is not even doable for me. So don't know if we're going to get a trade. We'll try a little bit more here. We'll see what happens. I do not want to watch that. I want to watch the daily. See what happens. And all of this, I could be missing a huge move, and that's okay because it's not per my rules. I only want to take trades that are per my rules. So I don't mind missing a trade. You're not going to get all of them. Look at that pullback. See, if I would have jumped in that, look at that. All that would have done for me was wipe me out. Okay, we're going to jump the next day. Now, honestly, this is a humongous reversal. Look at the volume on that reversal. We got a huge reversal, and we're starting to confirm. I'm going to readjust this trend line to that reversal. Boom. I'm going to remove this guy. He's no longer in play. So now I got a 2-touch point bounce with a support resistance zone. What does that look like on the hour? Oh, look at that. We broke it. We've come back and retested it, and we're getting ready to take off first thing in the morning. So let's do this. We're going to do a buy stop. We're going to do 300 first. We start with my lower end and see what comes of it. If I go there, we're not. Gosh, I really don't like that. Let's go here and go 450. Did that do me any better? It gets me to the support level. Let's go max. This is my max risk. Let's go max risk. Max gets me below this level. Still, like, I wish I was down here. All right, let's take it to take a trade. No, I can't do it because I'm trying to share proving, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Those little behaviors right there. I just pushed my max risk. My max risk still couldn't get me below this level, which is what I would need to be for me to take a trade. I'd need to be below the support resistance level. I was at max risk and not able to do it, and I was about ready to take a trade. That would not have been per my rules. Risk is the trickiest one. Finding the right risk. So if I were to, we're just going to jump the day. Look at that. If you noticed, with my max risk, I had to be above this support level, this old support level. And I wouldn't have made it. Yeah, my take profit was up here, came down. I would have had a stop here, stop here. I might have made a little bit of profit right here, but it wasn't my trade. It didn't get me all the way. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the trades that get me what I want per my rules. I'm going to stop it there. I should give you a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about. You can go back, you can rewind, you can do whatever you want to. The whole goal here is to take your trades that fit your rules. If you went too far and you're like, oh, wait, that was per my rules, you're not cheating to go back. You can go take that trade that you missed and take it if it's per your rules. The only cheating here is, well, it's not really per my rules, but it's close. Kind of like I was looking at that, like I almost did with the risk. I beefed my risk up to full height. I wasn't with where I need. My stop has to be below the support resistance level. It has to be below the last big candle, is at a minimum. Or it has to be below a pullback. If I'm not meeting one of those three criteria for my risk, and I take that trade, I'm taking a trade outside my risk, outside my rules. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So if I would have taken it, looked back and said, well, but I got my trade and I made profit, that's not the point. The point is following the rules. You're trying to prove that your true strategy will work. That's all that matters. That's all I got for this. I hope this helps. And thanks for watching.